What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today I'm here to tell you everything you need to know about Bloodline by Claudia Gray. And by everything you need to know, I mostly mean everything you need to know in the context of the sequel trilogy, because there are a lot of interesting little tidbits here in Bloodline, and this is definitely not like a new theory. This is definitely something that fans have been talking about for a while, and actually if you go onto the Bloodline page on Wikipedia, you'll see another little video kind of talking about what I'm going to talk about here, but I just wanted to kind of organize my thoughts and tell you guys like what this book means in the context of the sequel trilogy. So Bloodline is a book all about Princess Leia running for first senator. We're in a time before The Force Awakens, I want to say about 6 years before The Force Awakens, and we're seeing that the New Republic is working, but it's definitely falling victim to some of the problems that the Old Republic had. We're starting to see factions split off. We have like the populace who really just want planetary systems to be in charge of their own planetary systems, and we have centrists who want a more hands-on approach, kind of like the Empire, but also not kind of like the Empire, and just there's so much arguing, nothing's getting done, so they finally decided that they need somebody who is in charge, who can make decisions, kind of like a chancellor, kind of like where Palpatine kind of came from, but they're hoping that it won't quite devolve into that, and that's where Leia comes in. She is the populist candidate. She's going to be running for this position. Now, the person that she's running against on the centrist side is somebody named Casterfo, and what's amazing about this book is you get to see this amazing relationship develop between Leia and Casterfo. They have very different political views. Casterfo is a lot younger. He has this different view of the Empire. He didn't like grow up during the war. He grew up afterwards, so he like admired a lot of the art. He admired a lot of like the tact, a lot of some of the strategies. So he wasn't in it. He doesn't understand like the evil of it, but he admires it from a distance. And so at first, Leia is very wary of that. She's not okay with that. She thinks that this is very, strange. She's not okay with him. But they start to work together because they're kind of uncovering this little like plot that's going on throughout the book, and they really start to grow and appreciate each other as people, and their relationship shows us that even if your views are very different, you can still get along and still become great friends. So the big thing in this book is that the news that Leia and Luke are Darth Vader's children is revealed very publicly. There's a video of Bail Organa explaining to Leia, like he was saving it for her for whenever she was older, that her parents were Anakin Skywalker and Padme Amidala, and this news just shocks the Republic, and it just completely destroys all of Leia's credibility. Everybody pretty much abandons her, and she's kind of left in disgrace. There are a few people that still are loyal to her, and they become kind of the first little remnants of the resistance, because throughout this book, Leia was starting to see that there is a lot more going on. We're starting to see the beginnings of the First Order. She knows that there is something working behind the scenes here, and she wants to figure out what it is. So the people who do remain loyal to her kind of form the beginnings of the resistance. And I wonder if this huge public announcement is kind of what leads to Ben Solo's fall, because the only person who knew was Han, and they kind of make a point to say that they were waiting to tell Ben until he was older, but he gets sent off with Luke, and I'm wondering if he just never knew, and then he gets this huge public like display where his family's deep dark secrets are on display for everybody to see, and if that again cements in him that maybe his parents were lying to him, keeping secrets from him, just driving him a little bit more to the dark side. I don't know if that's true. I don't know exactly the timeline there, but I do wonder if that could have played into it a little bit. And since we're on the topic of Ben Solo, there is one big theory that comes out of this book that I really think has a lot of weight to it. So around the middle of this book, there is this kind of like Senate state brunch breakfast meeting, I don't know, whatever, but Leia goes to take her place, at the table, and she sees that there is a handwritten note on her plate. And here's the thing, and they actually make a point to tell you this in the book, that nobody writes anymore in the galaxy. Like, it's just a lost art form. Like, there are a few people that write, there are, like some very important like writings that need to happen, but most people don't. It's all technology. So the fact that there is a handwritten note at her table Bible is extremely important, and all it says is run. But she knows that since it was handwritten, it must be important, that she needs to get everybody out of there, and she does, and this narrowly saves their life because that whole building explodes. So if it wasn't for that, then they all would have died. So why exactly does this matter? Well, we know from the Last Jedi Visual Dictionary that a young Ben Solo had a calligraphy set, and there's not really much in the Visual Dictionary about it, but the fact that it's there is very important, and it's also important because Rian Johnson, the director of Last Jedi, had a hand in Bloodline. He was actually one of the people who came up with what was going on in the Republic, like kind of what their main problems would be, what that would look like, and the napkin bombing scene. So why on earth would you introduce this handwritten thing, make a point to say that people don't handwrite anymore, and then throw in this little detail that Ben Solo practices calligraphy? Could a young Ben Solo have been trying to save his mother? I don't know. I certainly think so. I think that really plays into it. I think it also plays into the fact that Kylo Ren wouldn't kill Leia. He hesitated, he decided not to do it. He also didn't want to blow up the Hassian system in TFA, so I think that he does definitely have a soft spot for his mother and will try to save her again and again, even if he feels let down by them. And I think that's absolutely amazing. That is just a theory that's not necessarily canon, nothing has been proved, but I definitely put my stock in it, and I say headcanon 100% approved. But please let me know all of your thoughts about this book down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below. Don't forget to subscribe so you can talk books with me every week. That is everything I got for you today, and I will see you guys next time.